New reaction today to the bombshell federal indictment of New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez and his wife on bribery charges. While some fellow Democrats are calling on the senator to resign, one New Jerseyite who also happens to be a GOP presidential candidate had this to say about Menendez's Senate seat.
Would you run against Senator Menendez if you don't win in the fall?
No, I have no interest in being in the United States Senate.
You rule it out completely?
Yes, I have. I have throughout my entire career.
But as for what we are hearing from Menendez's colleagues in Congress, I do want to bring in NBC's Julie Surkin once again from Capitol Hill with that on this. You're talking on a lot of different stories, but a lot is happening on Capitol Hill. So, Julie, we're thankful for that. What are we hearing from top lawmakers here about this indictment of Senator Menendez and his wife? And we know you actually caught up with none other than George Santos today as well. What can you tell us?
Yeah, before Speaker McCarthy got here, which you can vaguely see him over my shoulder there giving a tour to friends and family, George Santos was the only lawmaker that I saw in this building, and he happened to walk right by our camera. Of course, he is facing his own federal charges in the state of New York as well for his own separate problems and his own separate indictment. But I had asked him, what does he make of Senator Menendez, the indictment against him? Should he resign? At first, he told me he has no opinion. Take a look at what he said, though, and we'll talk about it on the other side, including some other reaction.
Do you think Senator Menendez should resign, given his indictment?
I don't have an opinion on that.
Why not?
Because I think due process is important, and I think he has the right to defend himself. He's innocent until proven guilty. The media has to stop acting like everybody is guilty before they're even judged by a jury. So no, I think everybody is innocent until proven guilty. When did we walk away from the fabric of our Constitution that everybody has a presumption of innocence before anything else? So I don't think he should resign.
Okay.
No, thank you.
Thanks.
Certainly he's an outlier, especially among Republicans. Speaker McCarthy himself yesterday said he thinks that Menendez should resign. Of course, he did not say the same for George Santos beforehand. But look, other notable Democrats were on the Sunday shows today talking about this as well. I will tell you, out of his Senate colleagues, only Senator John Fetterman, the only Democrat so far, that has pointedly and forcefully said that Menendez should step down. He should not have an influence on national policy, he said, while this trial is ongoing. Other Democrats we heard from today, though, for example, Senator Dick Durbin, the #2 Senate Democrat, he didn't go as far as to say that Menendez should resign, but he did say these charges are serious. Another Democrat was on our air this morning, Senator Chris Murphy, who serves on the Foreign Relations Committee, by the way. He said that he wants to meet with his colleagues this week when they return to town Tuesday before speaking as to what Menendez should do. But certainly everybody's saying these charges are very, very serious, and they're watching them very closely. And out of the New Jersey delegation, pretty much every single Democrat, Republican, everybody in that delegation has said that he should resign and step down from his seat, certainly as his role in the powerful Foreign Relations Committee. But so far, Menendez, of course, defending these charges and saying that he will fight them.
Certainly not surprised. I don't think anybody is by the reaction from George Santos, considering what he's facing as well. Julie Surkin, thank you, as always.